Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. I hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. Hope you are as well.
Yes, yes, indeed. So happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get started. First, let's look at some of the stuff we had yesterday here, starting with SAVA. This was on our list. Again, very active pre-market
Yeah,
action.
that thing's crazy.
Yeah, it really was, and that did carry over into the market open. But again, guys, very difficult to trade this stock. It is not easy to catch a move on here. It looks great now, but if you were watching this price action closely with us at the open and throughout the day, it was far from clean, man. Very, very difficult to trade. The moves and the pullbacks, and sometimes the spread at times was very wild. So, yes, looks great now, but in the action, not as easy. You did get a great move though. Once it lost about 1050 or so, started losing this level here, this great level that it built at 61 70 6150 or so, and also this moving average. Once it lost that, it did trend nicely towards the bottom, held on to the 9 and the 20, and it was a short the entire day, a little more controlled here. But you had to be patient to get the move. It wasn't like it was happening right at the open. But again, very active. CCIV was another one. This was pure chop yesterday. The entire day, I did not see at one point that this thing was trading clean. At least for what I look for. Again, just really all over the place. You never really see a great pattern building. Maybe here around 11:20, 11:30 or so, you start getting a nice pattern towards the top, but then right back to some choppiness again. Very difficult to trade that one. KSS also was not clean. It did not get some of the moves that we were looking for it on it. Also very choppy as well. PLTR was actually clean, guys. This was not as choppy as it can be at the market open. Had a great pre-market action, and we saw that yesterday, and that did carry into the market open. You see this beautiful drop here, coming back up to the moving average, and then dropping down again nicely. So again, PLTR, beautiful short. CAN was nice towards the top, guys. One of the few stocks that did not sell off after an hour after the open. Obviously, the market being down a little bit yesterday. Here, beautiful breakout above this 22.25 level that we had very early on. That was the resistance there, the high of the day. Does give you a nice pullback, and then the beautiful breakout towards more highs over here. I don't think we hit the high of the yeah, we didn't hit the high of the pre-market, so it was all the way up here, but we did get up there and pretty nice, at least try to. Then it became a beautiful short towards the bottom. You can see here, beautiful drop below the VWAP and a beautiful continuation right back down to the low of the pre-market and this level we had, this 2055. I believe at one point was the low of the pre-market here. This thing was very, very active throughout the day. American Airlines and United Airlines were the ones that really made the day for a lot of people. These two stocks were just on fire. And they show that also in the market open. American Airlines breaking out nicely from this 2012 level. A lot of traders took this one in here. You can see here the continuation, just a beautiful pop. United did the exact same thing. I did end up adding that one to my secondary list. This is the one I traded. This was very, very nice as well. Beautiful continuation towards the top. United. Then later in the day, you do get this drop. It does get toppy here, and you do get this beautiful drop. So it's also great short, losing from 51.80 almost was the high of the day, a little bit lower here, all the way down to 49. So if you track this one all day, you could tell here this was going to be an area of resistance, and it played out real nice towards the bottom. And we had plenty, guys. BA was very clean as well. I did not trade this one, but man, this one was real nice. And we talked about BA again, not having a great pre-market action, but no, we know about the situation with them and the news they had behind it, and that traded very clean yesterday as well. So again, a lot of great opportunities yesterday.
Yeah, I hope somebody took
BA.
that. I called it out yesterday
Yeah.
morning, and it was a beautiful trade. I took a tiny little scalp on it.
Hmm.
It never looked back. It never got back to my stop, but I stuck to my plan, so I'm not sad about it. But it's one of those times you look back, you're like, wow, I
Yeah.
had the right idea, and it is what it is. So
Yeah.
hope somebody
No.
was able to take advantage on that.
Yeah, this was very, very clean. And NBA lately, when it's been in play, it's been trading so clean. So, all right, guys, let's take a look at the market pulse, see what's happening there, and we'll come back and take a look at our watch list this morning.
Yeah, man, bit of a funky day. We have talked about the consolidation on the SPY recently. We've now dropped a fairly decent drop, really.
Yeah.
So the market's a little bit shaky here. Interest rates playing into that. VIX coming up a little bit from its recent low that it put in. So in reality, we are sitting here. It's it'll be interesting to see how we pan out today. We do have Jerome Powell testifying today and tomorrow in front of Congress, which he does every so often. You've got some home price index numbers at 9 a.m. and consumer confidence for February at 10 a.m. as well. So we'll see how it plays out.
All right, excellent. We'll see how that takes place there. Let's take a look at our watch list this morning. Coming into what we have today, I'm going to remove our watch list from yesterday. We'll take that out the way, and then let's start with what was up this morning, which is not a lot actually. A very small list compared to what we're used to seeing here. PBR at the
Well, that's
moment was
because you haven't gotten to the down list yet. That's 85 pages
I,
long.
I looked over and before even scrolling down, all I did was just I looked at I don't know if you guys can see it, the whatever you call this scroll whatever bar, and I saw how small that is. I'm like, okay, there it is.
Yep.
Oh man. So let's go here. PBR guys this morning. They are down. I don't like the daily by the way. It seems very, very choppy. It does get a lot of volume though. 40 million here on this small bar. Last couple of days, some insane volume, 207 million here. Didn't move much, so that doesn't mean anything. I mean, this is literally 20 cents move with that volume. So that right there is not
Yeah.
looking good for us. I don't think it's worth spending any time on this. This does not look like it trades well for intraday. 207,000 shares and you did that. It's not good. Oh, it's a 3.7 billion float, so it's just too much. You might not get anything great out of that. PLX, this one here, pre-market action,
We used
okay.
to, PBR,
Yeah,
we used to trade a ton. Remember that?
I don't remember. What do you mean with
Petrobras?
PBR?
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. We used to trade
Yeah.
the heck out of that. It's a Brazilian oil company.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. The ticker does sound familiar, but I can't remember trading that name. But we probably did, man. We after all the stuff we traded. So PBR guys, again, just not looking good today. So we'll skip on down right now. PLX, this is a lower, it's borderline 20 million shares flow, but it's not looking great anywhere else. Daily doesn't looks very funky at the moment. The volume is very, very light. So again, I'm not liking this one at right now. We can come back to if it gets better. TCOM, this one here is gapping up 6.1, 109, so very light on the volume. Also not looking all that great as far as pre-market action. The daily looks okay, has potential. Maybe we'll take a look at it. It's pre-market though. You know what? No, I'm not a fan of this pre-market. It's really flat right now. I don't see this trading well into the intraday. So if it gets better, please shoot it back out to me. But right now, we'll pass on that one. JG here, we have looked at this in the past, guys, when it was doing all this madness here. Today, they're up 3.9, 651. They're not the best type trading stock. So we'll see if something comes out of this today. JG, we'll throw it on here. AMC. What do we have on AMC? AMC is up 3.4 this morning, 7.9 million. This is worth watching. I mean, this stock, unlike a GME, this one you can actually manage your risk. Not when it's doing something like this, right? But things have calmed down a bit now, and this is an actual company that might have some kind of future later down the line. We'll see what happens there. MRO up 3.3, 236,000 shares traded. Pre-market action is horrible. Nothing good to see here. So short list, but we didn't get a whole lot that was great out of that list. So that's a shame. Let's see what's gapping down.
Got nothing.
Exactly. Let's see what's gapping down here in this massive list, starting with a couple of ones out here. CCIV is leading the way. This one, wow, down
Yeah.
33%, guys. Whoa.
Yeah. So they de-SPACed this morning, and some investors getting in at $15, making people scratch their heads why they were paying 64 yesterday.
Unbelievable. Wow. So, guys, this is definitely in play today. We that type of news, I mean, I don't know if we traded it a lot in the past, but we'll have to see how that's going to play out today. Definitely in play. 11.6, 33 percent down this morning. Nice gap down here. Looking very, very good for us today. Uh, let's look at TAOP. TAOP this morning, not looking great on the daily. Had a big day yesterday. 103 million shares traded. Let's take a quick look on how that traded. Oh, it's a low flow, 5.5 million shares float. So not too exciting about this pre-market in the way that's trading for that float type. So maybe we'll take a second look at it, but not likely. CAN, let's take a look at this one here. This one is down huge as well. 18.7, 2.3 million shares traded so far. This one is good, guys. I like that one. We do have shares for short. It is out there. It is on short selling restriction, but we can still get a good play out of this if possible. This is a very nice drop, guys. Again, very extended on the daily. We saw a couple of drops here. and today we're seeing a nice one again. So worth taking a look at. NLS, this one pre-market action is not looking great, guys. We'll skip on this. I love the drop here, 18%, but for the most part, you don't got great action on this one. SINO, we had this on our list before. I don't think we kept it. We might have done levels for it. I don't recall. But the daily's just really all over the place, guys. So I'm not sure if anybody kept this on their list and if they were able to trade it correctly or good. But I'm gonna keep it off today. It just seems very very wild as far as the and it's a low flow stock 5.1. So yeah, that's not good. EBON has been on our list quite a bit, guys. Red day yesterday, another drop today, down 16.2. This is worth taking a second look for a possible continuation today. Yeah, very nice this morning. Pre-market is okay, not great. We've seen better, but I do like this drop, very extended towards the downside. We're hitting a level of a possible resistance here that can now become support around that 762. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. NCTY is a low flow stock, does not look great, guys. Also, this higher price low flow stocks are very very dangerous. The spread at times can be insane, so careful with that one. I will definitely pass on that. OCGN, this one has a nice drop today after trying to hold to this $9 price tag here, 9.15. Tested that a couple of times after breaking out of it, and now we're below that. So that could be interesting. OCGN, at least a second look for sure. Here's the Mara Bitcoin stuff. Mara is down 14% this morning. Again,
Yeah,
very
bears.
difficult to
Bitcoin's getting
short.
smacked, so all these
Yeah.
are down. Tesla as well. It's tied to Bitcoin
Yeah.
after investing in it. So
Yeah, right. That's right. Tesla was investing in this thing. They're down nicely, another 5.3 as well. Big red day for them yesterday, leaving this area of 780. Yeah, down nicely. Tesla will be one to watch, guys. I'd rather watch Tesla because you know they're going to get the volume 2.5 right now. Mara, it's going to be difficult to find shares for sure. Same as Riot and some other ones. And on top of that, they trade well in the pre-market, and notice at the market open, they're not clean. Tesla will be clean. So I think Tesla's definitely one to watch today, see if we can get any opportunities there. And again, don't have a bias on Tesla because although yes, they're taking a hit now, this is still a very strong company, has been for some time. So be careful. Some people might come in here and think that this is a great time to buy for the future. So just be mindful. No bias. Wait for your setup on here. All right, we'll stop here, guys. Again, we're not gonna get not even through a quarter of this list. Norm, anything you like on your end
yeah, I
today?
mean, I'll point out a couple. HD had earnings. It's not always the best trading stock, but once again, it could do something. And then you had you mentioned CCIV, which is definitely in play, but it's
Hmm.
wild. I traded it
Yeah.
yesterday. M had earnings. Macy's, they should be in play. So a
Okay.
couple of options there.
Excellent. We'll throw Macy's on here as well. 1 million shares traded right now, up 2.1. And their daily, although I know it looks choppy here, we're hitting up against this 16, which is nice, by the way. If we can break out of here, I'll be looking for a long play there. I think that would be a real nice spot. And we got some room to run here, too. So actually, no, let's put Macy's up here. The day looks very, very good on that. And they have a catalyst that can be two nice positives for them this morning. All right, guys, let's take a look at our chat room. Starting here with who do we have? David from Connecticut is giving us Apple. Let's start there. Apple right now, yes, nice drop for Apple, down 2.4. This is a great stock to watch, especially when the market is trending in one direction. Apple, though, it might not have news. And let's talk about this a little bit. We get the question a lot. Well, some stocks that we watch don't have a catalyst at all, and that's right. The market has changed a lot where now you can have a stock like Apple that has no news behind it, and if the market is trending in one direction, you can find some really, really good opportunities. So, yes, we do at times watch stocks, a lot of times that might be trending, moving nicely. They got great data, they got great volume, and we traded them quite a bit. I mean, if we count how many times we traded Apple, we know the stock can move very well. So, yeah, we'll watch something like this. Heading on down, BNGO right now, the pre-market is very active, down 11%, 2.7. I do like the way the daily's looking here as far as losing some of these levels of support around 12. Now we're below this level here around 1047. Yeah, I think this is a good one. We can definitely take another look at that. We might move that up if we can get rid of some of the stuff up there. American Airlines and United both very active yesterday, even into the market after hours. They were very active as well. American Airlines right now, it is up 1.6, 2.4 million shares traded at the moment. So that's good volume for them. Could be interesting. Are we going to break out here? I mean, the market's been down and these guys are pushing higher, which we're used to seeing the opposite, right? They've been, in the past couple of times they've been active, they've been following whatever the market is doing. They're doing their own thing now. So that's American Airlines. Take a look at United. United is a little quiet compared to American Airlines. We'll watch American Airlines today. Let's heading on down. We do Macy's looks good. Yeah, we have that one. Neo. Neo is definitely in play today. See, this
Yeah,
is good. This is in play for Neo. Down almost
all the
8%.
EV stuff is really.
Yeah. Leading the way with 5 million shares. I mean, that is very nice, guys. Let's make room for Neo here on our top list. Uh, that is definitely looking very, very good. All right, let's head on down. Let's look at Plug. What do we have here for Plug this morning? They are down 7.4, 1.2. Yeah, this looks good too, guys. This looks very, very good. I don't want to make this list too long, but that looks good. Heading on down, we do have XPEV. I'm not gonna add XPEV. If all the EV stuff is in play, I'd rather watch Neo. Pick which one you want. This one is also in play, guys. Down 2.6, 2 million shares traded right now, so it's got the volume as well. But I'm gonna go with Neo today on this one. And again, if Neo is a little choppy and a little erratic, we can go and look at XPEV and see what's going on there. All right, heading down, we look at RETO. We had this, was it yesterday? Yeah, we had this yesterday. Right now, they are up 11.5. Pre-market action is very active. I did not keep it on my list, so I don't know how I traded yesterday. Had a great pre-market action. The daily, I mean, the intraday looked like had a nice drop after the market open. Yeah, could be. Is it a low flow stock? If it's a low flow, I probably won't watch it. What do we have here? 14.4. Yeah. Or maybe we could just add it here. Probably the best low flow we have today so far. But man, our list up here is looking so good, guys. I might not spend time down in the risky pile today. CLSN is not a great intraday trading stock. Today they have 18.5. We've seen this one before a couple of times that it has popped up here. So 2.2 right now. Yeah, you can watch this. But again, I'm really liking the stuff that's up here, especially with Catalyst. So I'm not going to put this one on here on my list this morning. Um, CAN. CAN has been very, very active. Yeah, I think this is, oh, we have it already. Yeah, this is in play for sure. This is definitely in play. NNDM, what do we have here? NNDM is down 11% right now, 2.8. Nice big drop here this morning. NNDM, this is an EV play. The charts looks like it, but I'm not sure. Very similar to what's been happening like with Tesla. You know, you had this pop and then just consolidating and then big drops here. So maybe it's just following the market. But right now, I'm on the fence. It looks good, guys, but we have so many other stuff that looks better this morning, right? So that's the only reason why I'm passing on this one. Mm. All right, we'll stop here, guys. I think today's going to be one of those days where you know your list can be six stocks, tickers are completely different than everybody else's, and you can have an amazing list. This is the type of day that this is setting out to be, with a lot of good stuff, a lot of great volume. Look at the volume we're seeing now: 8 million, 12, 2, 2, 2, 1 million, 3 million, 5 million. So the volume is there for sure, and some of these stuff are trading really, really well. Let's take a couple from our YouTube chat that we haven't looked at. J&J. That one has not been mentioned. See, yeah, because it's really not in play. You have volume 152, which is a lot for J&J, this type of pre-market action. But just look at the pre-market action. This is what you do not want to trade on a stock, right? That doesn't look good, at least for right now. VIOT. VIOT, yeah, it's not looking great here pre-market wise. The daily's a little bit funky. What's the float on this, by the way? Um, Low flow stock. So again, if you have a low flow stock, anything under 20, you want to see amazing pre-market action. You know, want to see great volume. You're not getting that here from VIOT. So just be mindful of that. Heading on down to IZ, what do we have there? Oh, that's not a ticker. That's not coming up. XPEV we looked at. American Airlines we looked at. CCL, let's take a look. 6CL down 4.6 right now. 3.6. Yeah, this is interesting. Some of the airlines are up there. These guys are down. So that could be interesting on CCL. Let's take a look at that. And also, we know CCL, American Airlines, all these real big ticker, big type companies that we've been watching for a while. We can take a look at it on our scanners as well. BBIG, what is this? BBIG. Uh, Vingo Ventures. They are up 30%, 7.7 million shares trade. Now, this is a low flow stock that's very, very active. We can take a second look at that and see if it gets better. Selling down right now, which is not a good look for them at the moment. But let's see. They had a big gap up day here. they shot up to 9 and slammed back down. So we'll have to go back into this day if we keep this one and see how well that traded. But very active right now. Let's see how this drop is going to affect them. What else we have, guys? AMD. Let's take a look at AMD. Yeah, AMD is good. Down 2.4 today, 635. Pre-market action is decent. I think this is overall following just the market, really, unless there's any specific news, which I doubt it. I'm sure Peter will know, but I'm sure he's all over it. But we have Apple here. So I'm gonna just stick with Apple. That's gonna be my spy type play for the day. So if Apple is moving down, we can look at AMD and any of these other stocks are going to be hitting our turbo breakdown that can possibly trade well. So you meant ZI. Let's take a look. So ZI right now, they're up 7.4, 27,000 shares traded. So that's not good for us. We need volume. And then just look at the spread here, guys. The spread is almost what, 75 cents or so, 60 cents. It's just a horrible spread. And this one, let's say this everything looked good. Pre-market looked great, and you also had a nice spread, right? The spread gets better. The daily here, the daily is just all over the place, and you're not getting volume, right? So that's important. You need volume, guys, for the way we trade. 7 million shares for a stock that went from $50 to 56. That is not a good thing. I guarantee you that's gonna if you dig into that day, you're gonna see a lot of chops, and it's gonna be difficult to find a good price action. So all right, yeah, Macy's we do have on deck. That is on there. What else, guys? QS, we'll do that one for the last one. Then we'll get over to our announcements. QS this morning. We had this in the past before. Yes, I remember this one. It consolidated here at 43.45, very nice. And then we had this great breakout day, and it has not looked back ever since. They're down today 6.1. Yeah, this could be interesting. I know a couple of members have been watching this one. I think some even took a swing trade in here as well. So hopefully you are able to make out nicely because this thing did hit 71.66 there. So hopefully you took a couple of partials before this thing starts dropping here. So, all right, looking good, guys. We have a very, very good list this morning. Again, a lot is in play, as you can see based on our gappers list. Let's get to our announcements, and we'll come back to fine tune this.
Yeah, guys. So tonight, 5 p.m., note the special time because of his time zone. Eamon's going to be talking about candlestick patterns, 5 p.m. this evening. Then next week at the normal 8 p.m. time, it'll be Thor talking about how he uses pivot points as his part 2 of his discussion on that. You can get caught up. The other is in the Education Center recorded. Then tomorrow night at 8 p.m., you've got the town hall with Dr. Katz. He will take 2 traders from the community and talk through psychology issues there. And then next week at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, you will have Dr. Kenneth Reed talking about some Fibonacci stuff, and it kind of mixes with psychology and a whole slew of info there. So enjoy that one as well. It's part of his Mastermind Pro. Remember, trade of the day, trade of the week. If you want to take a part in this, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day, post it on Twitter. Of course, it should have entries and exits, and then give it in any commentary you can as to the strategy, why you took it, and everything else. Tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike_B_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family. Day trading and stock market will announce the winner each day in the closing bell show and on Twitter as well. And then we will pick from all the trades that week, and the winner for the week will be announced on Monday in the closing bell show and on Twitter. All right, if you're watching us on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, would like to give it a try, use the promo code PREMARKET24. That'll get you a discount off the 1-week trial. That's 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the chat room. Does not auto-renew or turn into any other kind of membership. Also gives you access to Carlos's onboarding class and Kyle's technology class every Monday night. Also, if you want to become an elite member, you can use the promo code LOVE40 to get 40% off the annual elite membership.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Norm. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's fine tune our list here. Let's recap what we have on our main list. We have AMC, which is looking very nice this morning. They're up 3.5 with 8.4, so that's nice. CCIV is up, is down, but is up on our list, looking very good. Again, be careful with this one, guys. This one is not an easy one to trade. It can be very, very aggressive. CAN looks good, guys. I like this possible drop here. I like the way it's looking on the daily. That's good. EBON. Out of all of them, this probably is the it's so. We might drop this one down. I do like Tesla as well. I love this drop here. Macy's a good possible maybe. Apple is good. Man, everything is good today. So let's do this. It's 9 o'clock. We have time to do levels for everything here, and then we can drop some off later on the back end. And then as some possibles, we have American Airlines. That is looking very good this morning for a possible. JG, I'm going to drop. This is not looking good. Based on what we have up here, there's some better ones here that can be a possible. HD is good for possible earnings play there. BNGO is very active. I love this drop here this morning. We do have shares for short. It is on short selling restriction. We do have plug here as well. I do like plug, CCL and QS. QS, I might drop QS. Yeah, let's drop QS. And then we can drop a few of these after we fine tune this a little bit further. All right, let's look at AMC, guys. Let's start here. We have high of our pre-market all the way up. Let's go over here, up at a 734. We'll throw a level there. Above that, we do have a great level here at 830, $8.30. That's good there as well. And all the way up here also at 972. Now we know this thing has the juice to get going because we've seen that in the past here. But they're doing pretty well today. So far, up 4%. With 8.6 million. So this could be exciting this morning. CCIV is here as well, down nicely today. I mean, this is a big drop, and just the news behind is insane, as Norm was mentioning earlier. 33.63 is the low of the pre-market, high of the pre-market, 41.36. Looks like the action started late yesterday in the after hours and is probably continuing today as well. So far, 13 million shares traded. So very active. We don't really have anything above this pre-market high. We'll have to go into this date here. Let's go in here and see if we find anything. That's a big move. If we were to watch that whole entire thing here, let's just see if we can find a good level off the intraday action. It would have been anything around here. Did we see anything clean? No. So this part of this move didn't look good to begin with here. All right, we'll skip it for now. I'm not gonna add anything on there. We'll just leave the daily levels as they are. So pre-market high 41.36. You have this moving average here. We could possibly put a level there. I won't put too much weight on that 45.99, 46 area. So be careful with that one. And then towards the bottom, guys, 33.63 below that. And by the way, this is a great level, this pre-market low. Look how that area of resistance is happening here before we had the nice breakout over to that 67 area. Below that, the consolidation range between 33 and 63 is about 30.27. You can see here the great area of support. Again, this thing's just banging its head back and forth until we actually had the breakout. And then below that, the next level you had prior resistance that became support that can now become support again if this thing does decide to flush. 26.25 is the level you have there. So pretty good towards the downside, guys, right now. Again, very active this morning. Let's just hope that all this activity is not going to make it choppy. That's one of the things that we have to see on this one, see how that turns out. CAN looking good, real good, guys, right now. Pre-market low is trying to hold here. I know the pre-market low is all the way down here at 1680, but this 1690 getting a lot of action. You can see here how many touches it has. So I'm going to put a level there just in case, around 16 and 90. Again, a lot of action there at the moment. You can see they got a couple of days bouncing off of that. So they're going off some previous daily support they had there. Towards the bottom, we do have another great level at 1575. And then down here, 1341, another great level as well if we decide to drop nicely here. Again, big drop for them this morning, 18%, 2.5 million shares. Towards the top, the high of the pre-market at the low from 2 days ago, and then above that, the highs and lows from the last two trading days. I don't think you need this 20. Yeah, let's delete this. You don't need this 2055 in there. Let's get rid of that. And you can leave that 2225. I don't think we'll get up there today. It's a lot of levels we have to go through to get that, but this thing is wild, and who knows what can happen. EBON, this one is looking okay. We'll do levels, but I'm going to drop it down to a possible. I have this level here at 672 of this daily. The pre-market low is a little bit below that, but again, you got a lot of touches around this 672, so I'm just going to leave that. It's not by much anyway, probably 20 cents or 15 cents or so. High of the pre-market, 770, so we'll throw a level there. Above that, the highs from the last two trading days, highs and lows, and the previous day close to your cover there. If we were to drop a little more, you do have a great level here that has a lot of support and resistance. Look at the resistance happening here. Look at the support if you keep going back there. So a lot going on there around 571. So I'm going to put that there, 571. And let's head on down to Tesla here. So Tesla, guys, very active this morning. They are down 5.6. This stock just a week ago was at 850. now hanging out at 674. So again, big drop for them. Pre-market low at the moment 650. Over to the top we have 697 as a pre-market high. Above that, the highs and lows from the last two trading days. And if you look towards the bottom here, look at that 650, guys. Great area of resistance. You can see here before we had a couple of breakouts, but we came right back to it. Eventually, we broke out nicely. But that 650 definitely an important level for Tesla. Below that, if we were to drop, we have another level at 614. 45, great area of resistance, and then became support again. Just that this ping pong action here, banging his head back and forth until it was able to break out. So Tesla's good, guys, very active this morning, looking very nice. Here is Macy's. Macy's might be a possible, but we'll be prepared for it because I do like a possible breakout here if we can get above this area. This is a great area of resistance, by the way. If you look at it here, we have not been able to get above this for some time, this 1575 or so, which is also the high from yesterday where we slightly got above it a little bit here, about 15 cents or so. Let's see if we can get a run going. That would be great. That is the play I would like to see on Macy's this morning, especially with the news, with the catalyst behind it. 1686, a good level here, area support resistance. You can mark this down as well, 1771 and also 1941. Now remember, guys, this is Macy's. You're not going to get, you know, $2, $3, $4 moves out of this stock at $15. So if you can, but if you get, you know, 50, 40 cents out of this is a really good move. Make sure you plan for that and take profits accordingly. Okay. So here's Apple. Apple is looking very good. This is my market type play for the day. I think it's just really following whatever the SPY is doing at the moment. We are down nicely 2.2. 121.52 is the low of the pre-market, 121.58 to be exact. The high of the pre-market is basically the low and the previous day close action right there. So that's already taken care of for you. And then above that, you have more highs and lows from the last two trading days. You do have a level here that I want to mark down, 127.54. You got some area of resistance here too, and also going back, you can see a lot of touches on the daily on that 127.54 target. The price action itself right now, where it's sitting, right, 123.16. If you look closely here, that's a good level as well. You got some support happening there, 123.54 to be exact, a little bit higher. You can see the pre-market kind of flirting with this price tag a little bit there as well. So I want to mark that down there. I think that's going to be a good one to have if we continue to just bounce back and forth between the low of the pre-market and this 123.54 as well. If we were to lose this low of the pre-market, which it is possible, and make sure to keep an eye on the SPY today, guys. The SPY is definitely moving nicely this morning. 120.24 could be another one. You have a great area of resistance that became support that can now become an area of support or a possible target if we do decide to take a dive here below that 121.52. All right, here is Neo. Neo this morning, guys, definitely in play. A lot of the EV stuff in play. Plug and these other ones are definitely active this morning. 45.47 low of the pre-market. Below that on Neo, great level right here, guys, at 42.29. So a lot of touches on that here. You can see a lot of days bouncing off of that. Below that, the next level is also very clean. It could be a little bit higher. You can account for this date here as well, 39.31. But you can see here how many touches we have on that as well. So again, very clean levels here on Neo. Towards the top, you are looking at the high of the pre-market a little bit lower than the previous day close, around 49.90. Above that, previous day close, highs and lows from the last two trading days are pretty much taking care of you there towards the top. Now, in here, let me see if we can find a good level. I think this one might be an area of minor, and kind of like a minor level, not a major one, not like this one here, right? Look at the drop come down, tests this level one more time after testing it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Even as resistance, and then you reverse, right? That's a major level. This one here, the 48.68 64 that I'm adding here, you got a couple of touches on there, but I'm not sure if it's a major level like something like this, right? But I'm gonna throw it on there, guys, because again, if we can get a move from 46.97 to 48, you know, you're in really good shape on Neo. All right, that is what we have, guys. We have a lot on here. I'm going to continue to fine tune this list. But before we do that, let's take a look at what our moderators have this morning. All right, so far I have Thor. So Thor's watching EVs. He's looking at Neo, XPEF, PLTR, Plug, secondary list, Apple, Tesla, and Macy's. And Eamon is looking at Disney, Fubo, JMIA. Secondary list is GEVO, Space, and also PLTR. So we'll come back to that in a second there. So yeah, so fine tuning my list, guys. Let's look at American Air. AMC looks good. I have 1, 2, 3, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, way too many. So I am going to bring Macy's down. Let's bring Macy's here for now. Tesla, I might bring Tesla down. EBON. No, EBON's got to come down. That doesn't look too good compared to everything else. EBON will bring that one down there, and I think the rest are looking okay. So one, two, three, four, five, six, perfect. So we have AMC, we have CCIV. Very careful with this right here. CAN is looking good on the daily. Not so much the pre-market, but the volume is there. So hopefully that can break out nicely. We might need to be a little bit patient on that one if you're looking to take a trade right out of the gate. So just be careful with that one. Tesla is good. Apple is great, and Neo is amazing today. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. And then for a secondary list, can we take something off? I'm gonna drop CCL. I'm gonna look for that one in our scanners. It does have great volume today though, 4.1, 3.6. But I'll look for that in my scanners. Plug is decent. I like the drop here. That's good. BNGO dropping nicely here, guys. Down 12%. That's good as well. HD possible with earnings type play there. OCGN. I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna remove this one. Just want to fine tune this a little bit more. We have American Airlines. I also want to look at United. I know United is very quiet, but I traded at that yesterday. That traded very well. Let's see what they're gonna do today. I mean, they're moving very nice the last couple of days. Also against the market, which is not easy to do, especially on with airlines and travel companies. All right, so that's what I have, guys. Let's bring over our moderators watches and continue seeing what we have here. All right, so let's bring this over, and here we go. All right, so we looked at Thor's list, Eamon's list. Peter, IPOs for today are all SPACs. I'm not going to read this out, but you have them here. You can look at a number of offerings happening as well. Mike B is looking at the break of the scanners, BA and Disney. Tiffany is looking at Apple, XPEV, secondary list, CCIV, and also Tesla. Peter's list looking at AMD, Macy's, BA, HD, CROX, AMC, and also Apple as well. Jerry's looking at Tesla, Neo, XPEF, so kind of this EV sector area here. Riot, Mara for the Bitcoin plays, and also looking at Microsoft and Apple. These are key levels of the QQQ. So that's his list for this morning. Let's look at BA because BA was great yesterday, and I see a lot of members have that one. Moderators have that one on their list there. So BA again, this daily chart does not justify how well BA trades. I mean, you look at this and you say, no, this is pretty bad. But if you look at the way they traded yesterday, it was so clean, and BA tends to do that. Not have the best daily, have a very clean intraday trading chart. You can see that right on there. It was a great move towards the top and actually an amazing move towards the bottom as well once you lost some of these levels. So pre-market action today, not as active as it was yesterday, but we'll have to see how this plays out. We'll have to see. All right, excellent, guys. That is what we have so far. Again, today you might have a list completely different than anybody else's. There is a lot to look at. So you could be very picky, filter stuff based on what you like. If you have a stock that you trade very well over another one, maybe you want to pick that one, right? So that these are things that you definitely want to consider today. Your list does not have to match anybody else's, right? Use it as a guidance to see, maybe there's something you did not look that you might want to take a second look at. But your list today can be completely different. You could have an amazing day. So just recapping here, we have AMC here for a possible breakout. They have some good positive catalysts this morning. Great volume so far, up 3.7. CCIV is great, guys. Very active in the pre-market right now. Beautiful drop of 36%. We do have shares for sure. No short selling restriction on this one. Again, this is a beast of a stock, so you want to be very careful. You're going to make your money here on the move, not the number of shares. So be very mindful of that. CAN and looking good, guys. Not the pre-market so much, but I do love this drop here. And if we can lose this 1680, hopefully not too soon. I don't want to take it too extended here. Let's wait for us till we get prepared for this. This could be a nice down to 1575, an area that we've been at before. And if it loses that, we got some real nice room to run here. You might have something down at 1509. But hopefully we can blow right through that if that is the case for that. Here's Tesla, very active. Looks like it wants to leave the moving averages down to the low of the pre-market. That looks great. Apple, very active this morning as well. And we have Neo, which is definitely in play. Also coming down here with the rest of these other stocks, looking to test their pre-market low, seems like. And then let's take a quick look at the SPY before we hop off, guys. And reminder, while we do this tonight, we have Eamon at 5 p.m. Eastern time with his webinar. So don't miss that. And also today is Thursday. We have, sorry, Tuesdays, we have our trade review with Eamon as well. So Eamon's doing a couple of things today. Make sure you do not miss out on that. Here's a SPY, guys. We're getting a little bit of a drop today. Again, a couple of continuation, a couple of red days in a row here, though. This one doesn't look red, but pretty much started down, shot back up and back down. That's a red day for us. And today we're almost looking like we want to drop some more here. So down almost a percent, 2.7 million shares traded right now. So looking pretty active this morning. Brian and Dima coming with their list. Dima is looking at PLTR, Apple, Neo, and the Qs for short. How are the Qs doing? QQQ. There it is, dropping as well. Really aggressive here, more than the SPY. And Brian is looking at Neo, also the Qs for short in AMC, CCIV, and also CTIB this morning. So that's all we have, guys. Take care. Have an amazing Tuesday. We will see you for the trade review with Amy. We'll see you tonight at 5 p.m. for the success webinar. Again, 5 p.m. Eastern time tonight, not 8 p.m. So don't miss out. And for those on YouTube, we will see you tomorrow. Take care at 8:30 in the morning.